Hello, YouTube. Look, if you're going to fast forward through this, you're going to cost yourself something dearly. This was one of the most jacked up cobalts black gel coat that I'd seen in about a year and a half, and ugh, just gross. What ended up needing to have happened was Super Duty by 3M to get through the water spot staining that there was. Then Heavy Cut by 3M, followed by Perfect It EXAC by 3M. Then you clean it, and then you polish it with a good polymer-based sealant. So here, I'm going to show you a reason that a lot of detailers fail, especially, if not primarily, on dark gel coat. Instead of using a bespoke marine compound, they use stuff that works really great on cars. And it works really great on cars because you can work it forever. Because it has so many lubricants in it that it spreads across your car's hood for days, and you can keep working it and working it and working it. But on a boat, you're not trying for that. You're not trying to stay in the same section for a month and a half and try to get it absolutely perfect. You should be able to get it almost perfect in a little bit of time. So what I find is people use car compounds and they think that they do a really good job, and a couple weeks or maybe a couple months later, after a few boat washes, they see that their boat looks like it's beginning to fade. It's not actually an accurate description of what's happening. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but keep watching because I'm going to use a product here. I'm going to show you the product that I'm using, and a lot of you use it. It's Menzerna Heavy Cut number 400. And it's great. On a car, it's absolutely outstanding. But on a boat? Now, see, this looks pretty dark, pretty black. It's got a good reflection. Most people, I think, would be rather happy with this finish. I, on the other hand, a little bit leery, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. And yeah, it's COVID, and I broke up with my ex, so I finally, for the first time in about 15 years, get to grow my hair out, or at least just not care about it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't care about it. I'm a detailer. I don't have a social life. This is all I do. So I'm going to grow my hair out and see how long it gets before it gets annoying. And I admit, right now, it's kind of slapping me in the eyes every once in a while when the wind blows from behind. And I'm kind of getting frustrated at that. But I like the fact that it looks crazy enough that people generally leave me alone out in public. Nobody wants to talk to the long haired, crazy old guy, which is kind of perfect for me. Okay, I'm going to take the towel. I'm going to just give it a good wipe and try to get as much of the oil from the compound off the surface so that we can see what the boat looks like. And this is what most detailers do. They compound, they look, and they think, yep, that looks great. And doesn't it? I mean, look at this. It looks great. It's got a decent reflection, nice dark color. You can see detail in the background. Who wouldn't be happy with this, right? Except this is Lee, and I demand perfection. And if I can't get perfection, well, it goes back on the shelf. So there you go. There's a nice little sun dot, no swirls. It looks superb. And yet I'm thinking that if I spray it down with some alcohol to remove the remaining oil that my microfiber rag didn't pick up, I'm going to see something completely different. And as it turns out, I'm going to see something yuck different. Don't worry, silly. You're going to see it too. Now, the sun just hid behind a cloud, so you're not going to see this as dramatically as I'd like you to, but you can already see on the left-hand side of this panel the oxidation. It's still there. So 3 months from now, when this guy starts washing his boat and he thinks, oh, it's starting to fade. No, it was faded underneath the polymers and the oils and all the stuff that's in that compound. And then if you wax over it, all you've done is cover all that. So after you wear off the wax and you wash off all the oil, you're left with everything that that compound hid from you and prevented you from doing a decent job compounding. That's why your boats fade. That's one reason why your boats fade out so quickly. And if you're familiar with my work, you can see the side of this cobalt has already been perfected with a foam pad. I've left this section in particular because I wanted to do this demonstration on it. So here we've got the sun has come out. It's a little bit brighter. I want you to see how ugly this is. And remember, just moments ago, we were all like, oh yeah, it looks great. You should totally wax that. Look at this. Just find a moment, be disgusted, and look at it. And here's what I'm going to use to fix it. 3M's Heavy Cut, foam pad, nailed it. Now this is an older boat. She's got some scratches in the gel coat. I wasn't here to fix everything. I was just trying to get the oxidation out, put a nice shine to it, and lock it in with a decent protective. And I have. Now every boat's going to look shiny at an oblique angle. Let's go ahead and do the one thing where we can check and make sure that it looks good. Let's see what it looks like in the sun, shall we? I'm going to walk the entire length of the boat. Hope you don't mind. Tell me if you see a swirl, I'll stop. Yeah, nobody said anything, so I'll just keep going. You might see some random dark and light spots in the hull. I have just waxed this, I haven't washed it. After the first or second boat wash, all the oil on the surface will even out. Hey, there's that sun again. Let's see if we can follow that all the way down, huh? And when it evens out, it'll all look the same. And boop, gone. All right, so I'm not going to explain to you guys what you're seeing here. What's going on here is beyond YouTube for right now. What you see here, though, this is just what I've been talking about for years. Now, I'm almost 50 years old and I do this every day. I'm actually a bit surprised that some young buck hasn't shown up, or gal, and shown me up, but it hasn't happened yet. And the weird thing is, I've been teaching you how to do this for a number of years. If you're interested at all, come see me, take a class. It only takes a couple days. And in a couple days, you get to go home and produce this for all your customers. I mean, maybe they'll appreciate it. Or you can just, I don't know, wear your hat backwards, throw on some stupid glasses, get a bunch of product all over your face and not on the boat, and sell a bunch of products to try to make money. Monetize on YouTube. I guess that's the other option you have as a detailer now. Congratulations, you're monetized. I guess I'd rather hear, oh my God, that boat looks amazing. What did you do?